Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. Would you like a map today?
Please.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Rock Arch entrance.
Hello, everyone. Thanks as always for joining us on another episode of Trails We Hike. We're here in iconic Yosemite National Park on our way to the Yosemite Valley Loop Trail. We'll hike around the West Valley today, making our way towards El Capitan before crossing the Pohono Bridge and completing the loop back to the Bridalveil Falls parking lot.
Given our familiarity with the area and the fact that we had all day to explore, we set out with no specific plan. Our only goal was to take in and capture as much of the beauty and grandeur that Yosemite has to offer, and end up back at the truck. Yeah, normally you can climb on some of these rocks, get a little closer. No, sir. Alright, well, I think it's time to head back down.
Alright, guys. Well, obviously that's Bridalveil Falls behind us there. We made it. We got El Cap to our right. We got some dirt. I like dirt. Let's get off this pavement and hit the trails. Alright. We're going this way, I think. But Pohono Bridge, that's where we're going to actually end up at the end of this trip. We're going to come around that way. But for now, we're going to head this way. Valley Loop Trail. Let's do it.
As we leave the falls, we not only leave behind the asphalt, but the people as well. Upon entering the park, most people head straight for the water and the mountains, leaving the valley trails largely unpopulated. So while Yosemite is often quite crowded, interestingly enough, the Valley Loop Trail rarely is.
It's nice finally get into the rock, lose the asphalt. Feel like we're actually in the trails now, getting into Yosemite.
It gets so much rockier here at the edges of the valley. You really see the evidence of just all the rock falls that helped forge this valley since the Ice Age.
Walking up on an astounding view of El Capitan, I feel as though I'm listening to its stories and to those who have scaled up its granite face, and I'm reminded of one of my favorite quotes from Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. I think I will do nothing for a long time but listen, and accrue what I hear into myself.
These amazing boulders and allow people to try these more difficult routes without having to go all up a wall or wait until there's an entire length of day to stretch them. So people really hone their skills, and it helps push climbing. And climbing routes, they're rated for the most difficult part of the route. So you may spend 45 minutes, 2-3 hours just getting to that one difficult crux, beat it, and then you've got to wait till the next day to even try it again. Where a boulder, you can get one difficult problem, you can hit it all day, all week, all month, and really hone your skills. And it helps push climbing to an entirely new level. So if you walk along, just look around and know if you like to boulder, if you like to climb rocks, this is pretty much the best place to do it.
As mentioned, we didn't head out with a predetermined trip in mind. Instead, we approached this day like we try to approach many of our challenges and opportunities. We get into it. Whether it's an issue, an adventure, or simply a trivial task. Jump in and figure out what your surroundings are. Get acclimated and take in what the environment is telling you. Then, know where you want to go and where you want to be, and head in that direction. Everything else will fall into place. Came from, yeah, Bridalveil Falls, Pohono Bridge. So looks like we hiked about a mile and a half to this point. So what are we doing? El Cap, that's what we want to do.
So what's over here? Oh, Half Dome, yeah. Half Dome Village, campgrounds, all that. You can stay on the valley loop trail to go there, but we're not doing that. So let's head up over this way. Watch out for trees. Okay. Mile and a half. Cool. Yosemite Falls, clearly. But all right, let's go this way. Let's check it out. All right, I think we found the trail here. Watch your step. I said watch your step.
I'm watching your stuff.
Yeah, here we go. Gotta watch out for the wildlife here. They move fast.
You got it. Yeah, go for it, dude.
Must be from out of state.
Coming up on the Merced, we take a quick break and enjoy some more amazing views before making our way towards the nose of El Capitan.
So we can only stay the day? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Big log for a short person.
We thought restricting ourselves to just a day hike around a small section of Yosemite would make the shoot go a lot faster. When in reality, there are so many different angles and spots to view all of the awesomeness that is Yosemite, the time spent could be endless and all enjoyable.
Alright, it's basically saying don't go in there. Restoration area for the river bank. And we got a little map here, Devil's Elbow. Cool. It's not where we're going. It's not where we are or where we're going.
Continuing our loop around the West Valley, we'll cross the road one more time, roughly marking the halfway point in our trip. We'll then make up a little more ground before finally stopping for our meals.
So Yosemite Falls to the right there, but we're gonna cross the street here and continue our way to El Capitan. Hopefully not get killed by the wildlife Subaru.
While Yellowstone was technically the first national park, Yosemite certainly paved the way for that to happen. With John Muir hiking and camping all throughout the park, and no precedent for what he wanted to do, he invited everyone he could to join him. With no offense to Emerson, the biggest of those invitees was Theodore Roosevelt. In 1903, he joined Muir for a 3-day camping trip near Glacier Point. It was then that Muir convinced the president to take control of the valley, and 3 years later, Roosevelt signed a bill doing just that.
"100 years later, the National Park Service worked with the climbing community in getting Camp 4 designated on the National Register of Historic Places. Camp 4 was instrumental in developing the sport of rock climbing here in Yosemite Valley.
And so, with full bellies and lifted morale, we set out to finish our journey. With only a few miles to go, it wouldn't be long before we were back at our truck and on our way home.
Apparently you guys didn't see it, but we have left Yosemite. We're now hiking with Mike here in the Florida swamps. Let's go this way, try to find our way around. All right, well, we found our way out of the swamp there. Cut across that log over there. Made it over. Jeremy backtracked and was trying to hug the left side, which is probably what we should have done initially. Starting to hear the water again. Smell campfire. It's very nice.
You probably just fill your water bottle up right there. Again, shake it vigorously for 60 seconds.
Dysentery, my favorite.
The Giardia in the Sierras is just magnifique.
Make it interesting. What's down there? You need to go up those rocks, which doesn't look like the best idea. Probably down here, this log and rock probably. I think this is where people are usually crossing. But you can tell it's just a little deeper and stronger than I think has been going on. It's like a little maze, a little puzzle.
Put a little adventure in our archive, eh? A little bushcraft in our boho.
A little Kentuckian or woodsman?
Kentucky in your bourbon. There we go. Hey.
I like that.
Another thing Yosemite is good for is keeping the silliness up on the trails. It's pretty hard to have a bad day hiking in this outdoor wonderland. Given that, we decided to hike up the Rockfall Trail a ways and get one more view of the perfect landscape that we're privileged enough to enjoy. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Leave any questions or comments below, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and follow along with us on the trails we hike.